Hi there, Cancer. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for August. You could find yourself craving something this month, and if you are on a strict diet plan, it could come under pressure. An impulsive side of your nature can certainly come to the fore, particularly from the 2nd. But then, having said that, the full moon, which was right at the end of last month in July, is going to provide an overlap into this month, and that too is going to see you drawn towards something that you really want. Now, in a romantic context, if you're footloose and fancy free, perhaps it's a person who's taken your fancy. But on the other hand, it may be a big ticket item, or you may find yourself much more attuned to sweet and calorific foods. But with strict Saturn squaring up with Venus in the first half of this month and Venus in retrograde, just be aware of what you do yearn for, because the very thing you think you want may actually not taste so sweet, literally, once you actually get it. It's perhaps a time to consider what's missing from your life. Saturn's in the part of your horoscope that's very much to do with life's pleasures, and of course Saturn is a very restrictive influence. It does start to go forwards at the start of the month, it's true. And there is also a quarter moon on the 7th which influences your friendships, and here again you may find yourself wanting to go out with a group of people and have a good time, but it needs to be people that you can chime with in terms of your values, or again you could feel a little bit disappointed. Fortunately, on the 8th, Mercury moves into a much more logical part of your scope. However, it is going to be going face to face from the 11th to the 14th, the dreamy energies of Neptune. If you're discussing a deal across those 3 or 4 days, proceed with caution. But it's Jupiter that moves on the 11th that I think is really going to be delightful for you. Now, Jupiter moves through each zodiac sign roughly for a year, every 12 years. So it's going to be moving into Virgo on the 11th, and it will be there for the next 12 months. And for you, this can see you learning something in the following year, and it can be something that can expand your consciousness hugely. You may get an extra qualification or do the degree that you didn't feel you could do when you were younger. Anything to do with technology can also be something that really excites you. But Jupiter moving into this location can also see you feeling much more bubbly when it comes to your personality. Because you're ruled by the moon, your default is to listen to your instincts, and that can make you withdraw and be a little bit moody at times, but Jupiter is going to give you that appetite to engage, to absorb information, to exchange ideas. It's a really exciting development, and with Mercury there as well, and also they're both joined by the Sun on the 23rd. I do feel the last part of this month can speed up a lot, but the Sun does broadly still square up to Saturn. It may be in slightly different locations because it's moved out of Leo and it's moved into Virgo, but the square is still there on a disassociate basis. So for you, it's the things you want in life. Try to get to the bottom of what that craving might be about. And I do feel that when it comes to a romantic situation, the sticking point could be money or around intimacy. If there has been a lack of intimacy on either side, that could be something that becomes much more of a burning issue between you. Now, Mercury is going to be moving just before the end of this month into the sign of Libra, which is about where you live and how you live there. And I'll be telling you more about that on your weekly recordings. But this is a month when you may decide to treat yourself, give yourself the opportunity to get a big ticket item, to enjoy life's pleasures, but you just have to be aware of what your motivations are, certainly in the early part of the month. But the second half of the month may see you decide to get a new car, or learn to drive, or get that course going, which really can bring a great deal of excitement to your world. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.